Prince Harry may have sparked concern by publicly sharing his shocking reasons for leaving the royal family before releasing his memoir. As a royal expert has claimed, his book publishers thought they would be first with all his secrets. Harry recently announced he will be releasing an accurate and wholly truthful account of his life so far next year. The memoir is set to include secrets about the breakup of his parents Prince Charles and Princess Diana's marriage, as well as the period of Diana's death in 1997 and its aftermath. Harry's relationship with stepmother Camilla and past girlfriends are also likely to form part of the book, which will be published by Penguin Random House. However, Harry has already shared a shocking insight into his life and made a number of explosive claims about the royal family during a series of interviews earlier this year. Royal expert Angela Levin claimed this may have been a blow for his publishers, who are likely to have thought the memoir would be the first time the public would hear all his secrets. She wrote on Twitter, "It seems that the publisher of Harry's literary memoir did their deal when Harry and Meghan moved to California and thought they would be first with all his secrets. Oh dear." It has not been confirmed the exact date Harry signed the deal for the book, but he has since promised to give readers a first-hand account of his life. Harry said in a statement about his book, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born but as the man I have become. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to share what I've learned over the course of my life so far, and excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that's accurate and wholly truthful." It comes after Harry previously revealed he felt trapped within the firm during his first tell-all chat with Oprah in March, before adding he felt unable to get Meghan help when she felt suicidal. He added he felt compassion for his brother William and father Prince Charles being unable to leave their roles. He said, "My father and my brother, they are trapped. They don't get to leave. And I have huge compassion for that." Harry also told Oprah that he felt let down by his father for cutting him off financially, and that there's a lot of hurt that's happened between them. Buckingham Palace said they were saddened by their claims but added recollections may vary. Shortly after the chat with Oprah, Harry also accused the royals of total neglect in his Apple TV documentary series, The Me You Can't See. He then shared his anger at his father Charles' parenting in the series and also during an appearance on the Armchair Expert podcast. He said he wanted to break the cycle of the pain and suffering he faced while being brought up with his own children. Harry said, "There is no blame. I don't think we should be pointing the finger or blaming anybody. But certainly when it comes to parenting, if I've experienced some form of pain or suffering because of the pain or suffering that perhaps my father or my parents had suffered, I'm going to make sure I break that cycle so that I don't pass it on, basically. It's a lot of genetic pain and suffering that gets passed on anyway, so we, as parents, should be doing the most we can to try and say, you know what? That happened to me, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to you." It's hard to do, but for me it comes down to awareness. I never saw it, I never knew about it, and then suddenly I started to piece it together and go, okay. So this is where he went to school, this is what happened. I know this about his life, I also know that is connected to his parents, so that means he's treated me the way he was treated. So how can I change that for my own kids? And here I am, I moved my whole family to the US, that wasn't the plan. But sometimes you've got to make decisions and put your family first and put your mental health first. The prince also said he left the firm with Meghan due to the royal family's silence over their issues. He said every single ask, request, warning, whatever it is, to stop just got met with total silence or total neglect. He also told the podcast, "In my early 20s it was a case of I don't want this job, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be doing this. Look what it did to my mom, how will I be able to settle down? Have a wife and a family when I know that it is going to happen again because I know. I've seen behind the curtain, I've seen the business model, how this operation runs and how it works, I don't want to be a part of this. Then when I started doing therapy suddenly the bubble was burst. You are in this position of privilege, stop complaining or behaving as though you want something different, make this different." Prince Harry launching a public attack on his stepmother, Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, in his upcoming memoir would be very damaging, a source has claimed. Last week, the Duke of Sussex announced a deal with Penguin Random House publishers and said he would be revealing his highs and lows in the memoir. Proceeds will be donated to charity, but specific details about the amount has yet to be revealed. The memoir, which will also be published in an audiobook version, is to offer an honest and captivating personal portrait. However, a source has claimed Harry may document his fraught relationship with the Duchess of Cornwall, which could be very damaging to the royal family. They told the Daily Mail, "Let's be honest, Harry has never been close to the Duchess of Cornwall. If he documents their fraught relationship in the book, it could be very damaging at a time when Charles is laying the groundwork for her to become queen. When Queen Elizabeth II either steps down or passes away, the throne will pass to her eldest son, Prince Charles." However, Buckingham Palace has previously stated Camilla will be known as Princess Consort instead of Queen in respect for the late Diana, Princess of Wales. When Charles and Camilla announced their wedding back in 2005, the palace said, "It is intended that Mrs. Parker Bowles should use the title HRH the Princess Consort when the Prince of Wales accedes to the throne." Charles and Camilla first began their relationship in the early 1970s, but she called it off to marry Andrew Parker Bowles. Charles has since admitted he later had an affair with Camilla despite being married to Diana. Following Charles and Diana's divorce in 1996, Camilla and Charles were pictured together for the first time in public back in 1999. Speaking back in January this year, royal expert Robert Lacey warned the public is still coming around to the thought of King Charles and Queen Camilla. He said, "This new generation of the royal family is very important to the crown and very important to the nation. As we look ahead, we obviously hope Prince Philip and the Queen are blessed with long lives, but mortality takes its toll. We're not quite sure what to think about King Charles III and Queen Camilla. I think most people still are, coming around to the thought of Charles and Camilla. Whichever side you take, you have to acknowledge Camilla was the source of the conflict and the heart of the marital breakdown of Charles and Diana, from whose consequences these boys, William and Harry, have suffered." Mr. Lacey went on to say how Prince William and Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, are more attractive to most Britons than Charles and Camilla. A statement about the book was shared on Archewell and said the memoir will represent the definitive account of the experiences, adventures, losses and life lessons that have helped shape Harry. Speaking about the book, Harry said, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to share what I've learned over the course of my life so far, and excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that's accurate and wholly truthful." Royal commentator Ingrid Seward warned Prince William is likely to come out worst in Harry's new memoir.